Good day guys, welcome to Evans teaching class. So today we are going to be doing mathematics today, but before that I want to invite you to our paid class which is starting by December 2nd 2024, and we are going to be starting by 9 p.m. every night till 12 p.m. So our class is held mainly by what? By video tutorial. So our class held by what? By video tutorial, and also you are going to have access to past questions and textbooks PDF and other benefits like standard mock to test you, periodic corrosive brainstorming sessions. We have monthly seminar with experienced speakers. Then but for the tutorial fee is just 3,000 naira per subject till your UTME date. That is, once you pay 3,000 naira for a subject, maybe you pay for mathematics, you are not going to pay for that 3,000 again till you do JAM. So you can decide to pay for 2 subjects, that's 6,000 naira. You can pay for 3 subjects, that is 9,000 naira. You can pay for 4 subjects, that's 12,000 naira. Imagine paying just 12,000 naira till your exam date. So that's very cheap to learn. And even if we consider the values you are going to be getting from the class, it is much more than what you pay for. So now that I have introduced you to the tutorial, let's dive into today's topic. So our topic today is differentiation. So we are going to be learning differentiation. Now differentiation is just like, you can also use the word at times. Some questions when they're asking you, they will not even tell you to differentiate, they will just say derivatives. They can even use another term, they can use slope. They can even use another term, they can use gradients. Though gradients of the line at times is still application of differentiation. So don't be confused if you think I'm making mistake by calling slope or gradients. The slope and differentiation, they are similar in this aspect. So let's dive into today's thing. So now, to differentiate, there is rule. Just like in physics, we have rules, we have laws, we have things like that. So let's start today's work. So today I'm going to be teaching you one rule today in differentiation, and that rule is called the power rule. So differentiation is one of the topics that's very, very simple, but most students find it difficult to solve it. It's actually one of the easiest topics you can think of. Hold on. So we are going to be talking on power rule. Now, what does power rule tells us? So in differentiation, you have to write, like, it's just like a line. That is, like, you know, we have a line in mathematics, and when you are drawing graph, you draw this, you draw that. So differentiation is just like the slope of the graph. You know, when we are doing slope of the graph, we normally say change in y over change in x. If you are familiar with drawing graphs in physics graph, so you will now say this is x, z is what, this is y. You will now say your slope is what, delta y over delta x. I hope you get what I'm trying to say. Now before that, let me go to the power rule. So under power rule, you can say if you have an equation that is y is equals to x raised to power n. I'm just using this one as an example, so don't be confused. So for you to differentiate this, the law of differentiation for power rule, it tells us that when you're differentiating this, is going to become, now let me now tell you, this slope of the graph, you can still write this. You see that I write what, delta y, and I write what, and I wrote delta x, right? If you notice the way I call it delta y, right? I call it what, delta x. So it means they just like, this differentiation is just like delta y over delta x, but so that it can be easy for us to pronounce, that's why we just call it what, dy dx. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So it means differentiation is just like finding slope of a line. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. And even if you know differentiation very well, you can use differentiation to find the slope of a graph without plotting any graph. I hope you get what I'm trying to say. So now for you to find the power rule, it will be what, dy over dx is equals to what, bring this n, bring in that what, it will not be what, nx. What are you going to do to this n? You are not going to minus 1 from this n. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So dy dx is equals to what, nx raised to power n minus 1. dy dx means you are differentiating this. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So when you differentiate it, you will bring this n downwards. That's the first step. What are you going to do to the n upward? You are going to remove 1 from the power of n. Now let's do it. So dy dx will now be equals to, okay, this is the final answer. So let me now give you an example. Adding mean you have y is equals to x raised to power 3, and they ask you to differentiate this. For you to differentiate this, it will be dy dx is equals to, bring this 3 downstairs, it will be what? 3x. What will happen to this 3? Look at the law. It will be what? 3 minus 1. So what do we have? We have 3x, 3 minus 1. So that is 2. That means you have what? You have differentiated it. So you can see that differentiation is very simple. Let us try one more example before we go to the main example. So if you have a question like this also, y is equals to 3s squared. Now you'll be wondering that this one, it has power. Why the one I gave you here doesn't have power? I hope you get what I'm trying to say. So you will bring this 2, you will bring it downstairs. I hope you get what I'm trying to say. It will now become y into 2 into 3 into s squared. I hope you get me. What do we have here now? You bring 2 to the side of this 3. So it means multiplication is the relationship between them. So what do we have? 2 times 3 is what? 6s. Now, what are you going to do to the power here? Don't forget the law. You will remove 1. So what do we now have? 2 minus 1. So that is what? 1. 2 minus 1 is the same thing as what? S raised to power. Just leave it like that. So your final answer is what? 6x. So this is how to differentiate. So let's go to the question, the main example, before we round up for today, because this is a free class. So if you want to join our paid class where we solve a lot of questions, you may pay for our jam tutorial, which is starting by December 2nd. Now differentiate 3s squared minus 2x. So here you can see that they tell us to differentiate 3s squared minus 2x with respect to what? To x. Now whenever you want to differentiate anything they give you, I hope you understand. So you equate it to what? To y. So it will not be, so let's try solution. It will not be what? Y is equals to 3. If you look at this one, it is not like the one I did that was doing only 1. I hope you get what I'm trying to say. You know that in the first question I did, I gave you just only 1. I did not add anything to it. For this place, we are going to be adding. So it is still the same law that you are going to use. You will do this one, you will differentiate this one separately. Then you will also differentiate this one what? Separately. So that's how to do it. So let's now do it. So we now have minus 2s, right? So we now have y is equals to 3. Okay, let's differentiate it. It will be dy dx is equals to, now what is the law that I taught you? You will bring 2 downstairs, right? We're going to now have 3 times 2 into s squared. Now remove 1 from this 2 minus 1 minus, now look at this 2x. Now going to ask me that, sir, there's no power in this 2x. No, not like that. This 2x actually has a power. The power is what? Is 1. I hope you get what I'm trying to say. You're going to tell me why is it 1? Because s raised to power 1 is the same thing as x. I hope you get what I'm trying to say. So here, what you are going to bring down is it will be what? It will be 1. 1 times 2 times x raised to power what? 1 minus 1. I see what I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. 3 times 2 is 6. X, what do we have here? X, right? We now have 2 minus 1. That is what? 1, right? So s raised to power 1 minus 1 times 2. That is 2, right? 1 minus 1, that is 0, right? So we have 2 into x raised to power 0. Now in doing this is, I said any number raised to power 0 is what? 1. S raised to power 0 now will be what? 1. I hope you understand. So that your answer here is, and don't forget, x raised to power 1 is the same thing as x. So we have 6x minus s raised to power 0 is what? 1 minus 2. So our differentiation is what? 6x minus 2. So this is how to differentiate. So let's go to the next question because of our time. I'm even spending more than the time I bargained for. So this is the second question. Now this question is somehow tricky, but it is very, very simple. So don't forget our law. We'll be equating it to y. So it will be 2 over x. I hope you get. Now you now look at it. You now tell me, sir, it's not like this one. And you now start being confused. This question is actually simple. What we just do is that according to indices, I said I've not taught you indices. I'm not the one that taught you, so I shouldn't say that I said. Indices is any number raised to power any 1 over any number, like 1 over a is what? A raised to power minus 1. 1 over x is what? S raised to power minus 1. Now look at this question. This question is in the form of 2 times 1 over x. You're going to ask me, how do I split it? Multiply 2 times 1, you will get in what? 2. If you look at the power here, there's nothing below in the denominator. X times 1, you get this one back. 2 times 1, you get 2 back. I hope you get what I'm trying to say. So what I'm now saying is that we have 2 times 1 over x is what? S raised to power minus 1. So bring it. I hope you get what I'm trying to say. So your y now is what? 2 raised to power minus 1. That's your y. Now let's differentiate. Now for you to differentiate is, don't forget dy dx will now be what? Don't forget our law. You will bring the power down. It will now be minus 1 in times 2 into x raised to power minus 1. S raised to power minus 1. Then you will now minus 1. Don't forget our law. You'll be removing 1. So that will be what? Minus 1 times 2. So that is minus 2. Minus 1 times minus 1. So that is x raised to power minus 2. So this is our final answer. And if you like, you can express it in fraction. For you to express it in fraction, you just say, don't forget it is minus 2. S raised to power minus 2. If you want to remove the minus in this power, it is going to be times 1 over s square. Let me teach you something. If you have 1 over a square, if you want to change it to this form, it will be what? A raised to power minus 2. It's just logic. So that's what I applied here. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So let's go to the last question for today. I don't plan to spend more than this time, but unfortunately I spend up to this time. So this question, they said 3s squared minus 5 over x. That's the question. So don't forget the way we normally do it. We have 3s squared minus 5 over x. So dy dx again. I won't be repeating the procedure again. Bring 2 down. 3 times 2. Okay, don't let me confuse you. Bring 2 down. 2 times 3. X is 2. Don't forget, you will remove 1 from the power. 2 minus 1. Minus, don't forget the way I taught you. If you have 2 over x, if you want to change it to this form, how will you do it? You just say 2 times 1 over x, right? Which is going to be now 2 times s raised to power minus 1. So just like this one too. So this one now will be what? If you look at it, it will be 5 into what? S raised to power minus 1. I hope you are not confused. 5 raised to power x is what? 5 times 1 over x. And what is 1 over x? That's s raised to power minus 1. So don't be confused. So let's differentiate this. Okay, sorry. I should not have done this one here. I should have done it this place. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. What I'm doing, I'm not differentiating. So 3s squared minus, it should be in this place, minus 1. So when I now differentiate, I will now differentiate minus 1 times, you bring this minus 1 down. Now look at this, there is minus sign here, there is minus sign here. So let's now bring minus 1 here. So we have minus 1. You can see now minus times minus. I'm going to tell you the implication now. So we have times 5 into x minus 1. Don't forget, you are still going to remove minus 1 from the power. Minus 1. So we now have 2 times 3 is what? 6. X is what? 2 minus 1. So that is 1. Minus 1 into 5x raised to power minus 1 minus 1. So that is minus 2. So we now have 6x minus times minus plus 5s raised to power minus 2. So these are our final answer for this question. So that is that for today's free class. I hope you enjoyed the video. So if you don't understand the question, the video very well, try to go over the video over and over again and listen to the explanation, and you can message me if you are still not clear with the question. So thank you for watching today's video. And for our tutorial, our paid class will be starting by December 2nd. So this is our timetable. We're going to be starting by 9 o'clock, and the tutorial, you don't forget, is 3,000 naira per subject to your JAMB date. So see you in the paid class by December 2nd, 2024. God bless you for watching today's video. Bye.